There were two classes that really stick out. One was ICS, at that time it was called ICS 1B. But as far as studying, it's when I moved into computer graphics. And at that time, we were doing computer graphics on the mainframe. And we simulated an ATM, but we did it all graphical. But it just showed that not only can you use computers for computational power, but there was a visual side, a creative side. And I could even see then that this was going to be something huge. I started computer science on a whim. I didn't really play with them growing up, but I grew up as playing guitar and being in a band and doing sports and figured, well, I'll have computers as something to fall back on. That's how it started. Tim Kashani, graduated in 1986 from ICS. And in 1988, I got my MBA at UCI as well. I get asked this question a lot. How has my degree, how has my education, how has the program prepared me for, especially in the technology world? In essence, you learn how to learn. And in the program then, and I'm sure now, you're constantly given new technologies. And it doesn't really matter what the technologies are, it's how you're able to immerse yourself in them, learn as much as possible, but then most importantly, today, how do you apply them in the real world? I wanted to start my own company, so I did that and also got my MBA at the same time. IT Mentors, which I founded a little over 20 years ago. And then in '95, we landed a big contract in New York City with Morgan Stanley, and that's when the company grew. And today we do work still with the banks, even though the times are a little different than they were. But it's very cyclical. They'll come back. And I have now Apples and Oranges Productions and using technology, and that's film technology. And in the film and video world, and really the arts world, technology is now an integral part of it. Talking about earlier how you constantly gain from your degree, once again, it's how do you apply technologies to solve problems. And we're seeing it in every aspect of our lives today. The most satisfaction from the work usually comes when you've given something back and you see that it's made a difference some way, somehow in somebody else's life. I never have done any of this for money. The money just came. And it sounds incredibly cliche to say do what you love doing and the rest kind of falls in line. It mostly does. Not to say that there's not struggles. So I've always been driven by projects that I feel will somehow or other make a difference in people's lives. And even if that's a project that you're doing in your traditional work world, how is your piece going to make a difference? And the greatest satisfaction is when you can stand back and you're not even associated with it and you still see its impact.